Keep on with that. Yeah, bring that out. Bring that out right now. Yeah.
Hey,
Same
I have to
energy.
give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. Wow. And they say if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
Is that what it
I
is?
tell you. That's
Hey,
funny.
Where our city?
oh,
Where our music at? Q.
I
it's
mean,
Yeah.
over
well, we
with.
have to no, we gotta establish what the music would be because y'all, we can have.
Oh, don't. Oh, all of a sudden they can't think of no music. They not
Hey, look, we
celebrating.
could bring on Who's the Mac. You know what I'm saying? We could bring it in with some Shaft music.
She said we were queuing in the City Girls in honor of Lori
I
Harvey.
will not.
We, we won't.
Oh,
Do
don't be
not
like
do that.
that.
Well, help me understand where the confusion is because we agreed on that before we went
Okay.
live, and
We
Mike
agreed
was
on
supposed
what?
to have it ready.
What,
And
City
Yeah.
Girl?
yeah, we
I
wanted to
did
bring them
not
out,
know
bring them
that. I
out,
was not in on that.
bring
No,
them out,
no,
bring
no.
them out, bring them out, bring them out.
Yeah, we can do that. We
Hey,
can
you
start it
know
off.
what? Let me tell all y'all
Where the
something right
bag
now.
at? Where the bag at,
Go ahead,
niggas? Where
Mike.
the
Mike,
bag
Mike,
at?
go ahead.
Where
Mike,
the
go ahead.
bag
Start,
at, niggas?
Mike,
Where the
please.
Oh,
bag
you know what? You know what? We could bring it. You can play. You can play Usher, "Bad Girl,"
Uh,
What y'all know about
supermodel,
yeah.
Elle magazine,
Okay,
Michael
Wow.
then.
Michael B. Jordan.
Mike, help Mike.
And
Mike, please.
future
Uh,
and puff
help me
daddy.
understand. Help me understand.
Help me
So,
understand how I'm about to end all of it. I'm about to click the end broadcast button.
It's definitely a girls' night here, and Help Me Understand podcast. If
No,
you're
it is
joining us
not.
live, man, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. As always, we toasting. Of course, I'm toasting with water tonight. I found out I was a sugar daddy by default. I got diabetes. How about that? Type 2. So I'm the new kind of sugar daddy. Both of them, man. But we're excited and motivated. I'm happy to be here. That's why you see me with my glasses on. I'm trying to keep the glare off that. But I am your man, a comedian, Tight Mike, television host. Above me is your baby girl from Pensacola, Florida, Miss Joketra Horn, our resident vlogger, if you will. In the far corner is the relationship guru himself, filling in for the steps of one Kevin Samuels. We call him Elam B. King. He's an author.
not
He's
filling
an
in for Kevin.
author. He's filling in. He ain't got the same shoes on, but he got the same socks on. I'm gonna give him
What?
credit.
You,
He's
you help
definitely
me understand.
our relationship guru, man. And I
Okay.
love his opinion.
Thank you,
And he
Mike.
Yes, and he keeps the ladies in check. That's what I love about Elam. I don't care. I'm sending him a gift card.
Golly.
And to my immediate left right there is none other than the pride. We call her the Mardi Gras Queen from Mobile, Alabama, comedian extraordinaire, Miss Ashima Franklin, with the shirt that's saying amazing things. The shirt is amazing. The shirt is amazing. I just, as a grown man and a
But I
heterosexual
want
man,
to start off by saying, Mike, can I say that I think that the ladies, I think they look amazing tonight.
they are
I
glowing.
visually
Thank
complimented.
you.
Joe Keetra, you have a glow that is just absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And just Ashima, you just came. Y'all are boom pow tonight. Like, Joe Keetra, you came with the
Boom pow.
boom, and then Ashima, you came with the pow. So I'm excited to just be on stage with you. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We want that same
It's
energy.
much to be celebrated
We
tonight.
will not be friends in the next couple of minutes, but I'm starting off in a benevolent manner.
you started off peaceful. I will give you credit, bro. You started off peaceful. It's gonna go left fast, though. I will tell you that right now. As always, our topics are debating and controversial at times, but there's always very interesting dialogue. I love it here. I love it here. It has been deemed a hot girl night tonight.
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I am not
Yeah,
in vote of
ladies,
that.
the ladies picked that one, Elam, and the reason being, we'll start off with it. Mary J. Blige doing the dating, as well as Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey has dated several celebrities, folks. We all agree. She's made her rounds. Now, is it a double standard that she's able to date like this and she's being picked at, or is it simply a sign of the times? It's always cool when fellas date. It's always, it's fine when he's single and he dating and dating and dating and dating. But when a lady of stature dates, it's frowned upon. Is that fair, Elam?
I think that it is definitely some double standards that exist out there. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna come back around on it, because here's the thing. You know, it would seem that as Ashima on her post today was talking about, hey, keep on kissing frogs or whatever case may be, right? And I don't think that there's anything wrong with dating for entertainment. I think there's nothing wrong with that. People can, because she's on the main stage, people are seeing the different dates that she had, but she's a human just like everybody else. I mean, how many people have you dated, Ashima or Jokitra, in the past, let's just say 3 years, right? If we had to look at what would that number happen to be, right? And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm just saying that we just happen to see her on the main stage. I don't think that there's anything wrong with her dating within her class, which makes it more noticeable to everybody. But I just think that she's doing what everybody else is doing.
I like the answer, Elam. I will let the young lady who had the post today go first, and then Jokitra will come right to you. Ashima, because you had it on your page, you made some comments before the show. It is a hot girl thing right now. What are your feelings about it? Is Lori Harvey justified in dating this many guys in 3 years, or is she simply hot in the draws?
I think she is 25. I think she's beautiful. I think she has everything that's accessible to her, anything she wants. And she's hot. They want her. Let's keep it real. I mean, rappers are saying that she on their wish list. And if I was young and beautiful, didn't have no kids, could go and do whatever I want, I'd date all them niggas too. Why not? Why not? Why not travel the world and hang out with all these rich ass motherfuckers and have a good ass time? Why not? If she is not ready to settle down and be married, the girl is 25 years old. She has that right. And so I live for it. I see all the men that's been, throwing the jab saying, she's ran through. But when you count the men that she's dated, I mean, I've been with the same amount of men. Does that mean I'm ran through? No. Like,
I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that.
Have had sex and more than one sexual partner, so all that she gonna be run down. Them same ones would be ready to jump in bed with her right now if she came and asked. So I don't like that part of it. Just make it seem like just because she's dated more than 3 guys, she just slutted out. That's not true. She's actually have been in relationships with these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In relationships, you have sex. So yeah,
I like it. I like what you're saying. I like what you're saying, Shima, and I too am like you, and I guess we're the same person in the fact that I've dated several people in the last 3 years since I've been divorced, but I'm coming out of a divorce, so people expect me to be dating around. But before I get into that, we're similar in that thought process. Jokitra, your thoughts about it? Is Lori Harvey high on miles, or is Lori Harvey a sign of the times?
Well, I do have to piggyback off of Ashima. She's 25, first and foremost. She's 25. I really can't remember my 25-year-old self. Probably don't want to remember my 25-year-old self, but I do know my 25-year-old self had some fun.
Right.
I was in a different class.
What type of fun was that?
Lots of fun. I had to go to the altar many a times.
Okay, come on, altar. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, come on.
But I can say that I can applaud her for backing out of something that she wasn't ready for. Because how many of us have gone into a marriage that we weren't ready for, only to end in divorce? So I can applaud her for doing that, because regardless, some people would be like, that's Michael, B. Jordan, girl, you should have married him. No, she thought enough of herself to not even put him through that, and to say, hey, I know I'm not ready, so I'm not going to cause any damage to you. I'm not ready. And I still want to continue to, do what it is I want to do. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's for the streets, because I hear a lot of people saying she's for the streets. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's for the streets.
And we don't know what's going on in their relationship. That nigga can still be high off them goddamn steroids from Black Panther for all we know.
But let's take this a step further.
She just did these men so wrong. Niggas would make you move on. Okay.
Well, okay. Hold on. Before you do that, see, I was about to give a plus to just say that we have to look at it like this. There's a difference between dating for entertainment and dating, just to be inside of commitment, right? And let's just say that every last one of those people that she was all in on them, I actually could applaud that, because sometimes people be with person A and then person B come along and they could be like a great person, but they're still hurt from person A. So they're like, I'm not going to open my heart up, whatever. And people are like, no, just keep yourself closed up. No, I think that you should continue to love and be the maximum that you can be. And when the right person shows up, because along those ways, you're learning. That would be the only thing that I would hope that she is doing, is learning along the way. Because, perhaps there's expectations that she doesn't even understand about herself. Again, you said, Joketra, that she's 25, right? So, she, as long as she's learning along the way, I don't think there's anything wrong with what she's doing. I do think that women sometimes get a bad rap when they are dating multiple people versus men doing it. That is a double standard. That is, let's just call it what it is. But I'm going to give her some grace on what she's doing.
Go ahead, Joketra.
Okay, that with the grace, we appreciate the grace.
I mean, I'm quite taken back from Elam's response to everything.
I know, and I knew y'all got to.
It was a little rehearsed.
It is coming. Let's just know that it's coming. We can expect it to come.
I don't know if I'm buying the Joketra. I'm not buying it.
But here's the thing: divorce is so high that there's nothing wrong with people. Yo, listen, in our community, it's 70% because people go into a marriage not knowing who they are. Right. You know what I'm saying? We go into it with a hopeless romantic and all that, and you should know me and I should know you because we've been together for a certain amount of time and we don't even know each other. So I'd rather somebody take the time now while it's free. Right. While it's free. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
And that's why I think we need to keep saying she's 25. We have to remember we made a whole lot of mistakes at 25 and right. Situations that we went in. But one of the things I do want to say, because Ashima made a good point about they want her. She's in a song. You have never heard any of them, like drag her through the mud about what, their relationship. You never heard anything negative about, I haven't heard anything negative about her. And she carries herself, with some class.
Yeah.
She does.
I like that. I like the fact that she's still.
I know. Hey, listen, we started off a little different. I feel different inside tonight, right now, just as this thing has begun. But I'm with you. I'm with you. Listen. Y'all can have that.
Now, here's the thing, because I think Ashima made a reference. I mean, she's 25. We have the 25. Now, if she was 50, then the conversation might look a little bit different. But she's 25, with her own, because a lot of women tend to be with men because they have, because of what they have. She has her own. Right. So it's not like she has to be with him for that. She gets just as much clout as he does.
Right. Okay, straighten me out, guys. Straighten me out first. I saw a bunch of pictures of her. One of them was with Puff Daddy. Did she date Diddy as well?
Yes.
She dated Diddy and his son.
So she started at Diddy and now she's at Michael B. Jordan. So has she learned?
That would be the only thing I hope.
I don't think that we can't answer that. I don't.
There you go. I'm gonna give you that. Yeah. I'm with y'all tonight, and I don't know why. I don't understand what's going on. Help me understand my position. Though. We need to change topics because I am actually agreeing with them tonight.
We're transferring now, but on a similar subject. Elam, you're our relationship guy. You're the expert in this field. I've dated as many people as Lori Harvey. Ashima Franklin has dated as many people as Lori Harvey as well in the last 3 years. Joketra, your numbers are down. I don't always hear about you. Your numbers are down.
You're a little low, Joe.
How you know my numbers down?
Because I know you and I see you around, and you're a love type of person. Like, I'm in love, I'm dating such and such. Me and Ashima, we're not for the streets, but we definitely on the sidewalk.
We're almost down. I got 1 foot in the street, 1 foot on the sidewalk.
But Elam, my question to you is, as I transition, Elam, my question is this. I'm 49, recently divorced in the last 3 years. How long, I know it's kind of going to be up to me, but I'm enjoying dating. But everybody I'm meeting at 49 is ready to settle down. So I would date Lori Harvey if she gave me a chance, because I know she ain't quite ready to be married. Maybe not. But the women I'm meeting are 10 years younger than me, 15 years younger than me, and they're ready to have fun. But everyone I meet my age is ready to be married, and I don't want to be. Am I wrong?
Yes. the hell? Oh, blast. Yes, nigga. Go ahead on, Elam.
You can't. Here's the thing. How can if you ask that question, are you wrong? Right? You're not wrong if you're dating for entertainment and you're letting the other person know. I think that that's the biggest thing. You know, there's a difference between dating for intention and dating for entertainment. There's nothing wrong with the teenagers and the 20s. I don't even care if you're 30s or 40s, or even, you know, one of our listeners said something about, you know, her dating around. I'm gonna go back to that comment. Oh, why can't a 50-year-old date around? Right? You can if you're letting people know. If that's the space that you are in, you can do that. Right? As long as you're letting the other person know. I think that we have to give the other person a chance to sign up for the direction that we're walking in. And if right now, hey, I just got out of a divorce, or you know, I'm not in that, I'm kind of looking around or whatever, let that person know and give that other person a chance to sign up for, okay, this is just going to be a casual thing, or you know, I can stick around and wait for you, you know, whatever. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, Ashima, I'm coming right to you. I want to transition right to Joe Peach's question. Thank you, Elam. It transfers right into the question. Am I now considered community D? Am I community D?
Well, you never mentioned that you were dating. Doesn't mean that you're having sex with everyone that you're dating.
Right.
You know.
And first of all, hey, Dr. Kim. Hey, Dr. Kim. I had to say that. I had to say, hey, Dr. Kim.
I can remember going out on 8 dates and not having sex with any one of them. So I think that for community D and community P, it's a difference. And I was speaking more so specifically when at our age, at 45,
community
and 50 on up. If you are that age and you are dating multiple people and sleeping with them, then that's more so nobody. Well, I don't know. I don't think men want community P. And I know I don't want community D. Ashima, do you want community D?
No, don't nobody want no community D, especially no 48, 49, 50-year-old community D.
But hey, if you are not in a committed relationship, right? Okay, we are dating for entertainment, right? It's not that the word community, it exudes like multiple people. Right. If I am like sleeping with 1 or 2 other people and I'm letting you know, right? Or you are doing that, is that really community? Like, at what point is it like too many people? You know what I'm saying? We can go left with that conversation, but I don't think that that's community D. If you're not committed, I don't.
Well, no. I think that for me, I was coming from the standpoint because I want to date with intention. So okay. I don't want to date someone that is 50 and is out here having sex with multiple people, and they say they're looking to date with intention too. I think it's hard for you to date with intention if you're sleeping with multiple people. That's the direction that I was coming from. But yes, as you said, if you're dating for entertainment purposes or you're just out here dating, you can do what you want to do, to each his own. But I was saying at our age, at 50, I don't think I want.
I'm not 50. I am not 50. I want to be very clear.
Trying to date all these young girls, Mike, and you need to be dating some women your age so that you can be settling down. That's what you need to be on.
Well, wait. So that's the assumption, Ashima. Wait, right. That is the assumption, Ashima, that women that are in their 40s and 50s, that they know themselves. Huh?
He said, I'm a diabetic and I need a wife. That's so funny. That's so funny.
You trying to live. You're going to mess around here and kill yourself trying to keep up with these young.
But let's not, I am not.
Community D. What?
Hold on. Let me say this to you, because this is where I am. We're all professionals here in this forum and on this platform, I should say. I date, for the most part, I date women out of town. I don't date women in town that I see every day. So if I'm sleeping with one, I'm sleeping with one. So if I sleep with the other one, if so happen, it's months down the line. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 or 4 weeks apart. If I and on one occasion I've slept with 2 people, but it's been weeks apart. So it's not like I see somebody every day. We talk on the phone every day.
You long distance.
Right. It's time in between, because I'm sure they're dating people locally, perhaps.
But if you're dating
I get you. Even if you're dating for entertainment purposes, it's no commitment.
What's the time frame supposed to look like in between? Is it like after 24 hours you're trifling? Like, is it like 1 week? Like, if you know that you are not solely for me and me for you. What's that time frame? Am I supposed to am I supposed to bathe in vinegar? Like, what does this look like? I don't understand. Like, what? I don't understand.
Elam, you remember that song? You for me.
Can I say?
Go ahead, Joe Keitra.
Okay, first I want to entice
Mike's Epsom salt first.
Entice Mike's defense, because I can remember after being married for 12 years, when I got a divorce, I didn't want to jump right back into a marriage. So I did date around because I was trying to reclaim some years back. So I can understand where you are, because they normally say that after a divorce, you should at least take between at least 3 years. Is it, Elam, for you to at least 2? Okay, well, 2 years for you to be able to kind of regroup, heal, do what it is that you need to do to get yourself back out there. So I can understand that for Type Mike. And I just want to clarify, for me, I was just speaking specifically because I am 50 and proud.
Come on,
you look amazing, and you look amazing.
I mean,
you look amazing.
And you smell good too.
Okay.
And we know that thing ain't been run through.
We don't know that. We don't know that. Okay. We don't know that.
She went to fam. She went to fam. So, she had fam. And then
she went to Florida State.
I went to Florida State.
I don't know why you went to fam.
But I hung out at FAMU. But
she got an education there. She went to school in Florida State, but she got an education at FAMU.
Okay, I knew I wasn't too far off.
Yeah, I was just speaking specifically for more so if you're 50 and you saying you do want to settle down with someone, then you have to govern yourself accordingly in terms of, if you are going to tell women, hey, I don't want to talk to you, but I want to screw you, or if you're a woman, you say, hey, I don't want to talk to you, I want to screw you. I just find it hard to believe, or if you're saying you're out here in the streets and you're of a certain age, that you're dating with purpose, but you're sleeping with multiple women.
No, to Dr. Kim's point right here, Dr. Kim says, do they know you're sleeping with other people?
That's the whole thing.
They don't. He ain't.
No, but see, that's the difference, Ashima. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's where you have to be open with that part of just saying, I'm dating with intention, trying to commit, trying to settle down, versus I am dating for entertainment. Right. I'm social. Right. I'm trying to.
Y'all men don't say that. Y'all.
And you're right. And you're right. But here's the thing: you have to be open. Here's the thing: it's open on both sides, because a lot of times maybe I want to get to know you as a guy, right? But I feel like that I might not be ready, but I still want to get to know you. So, but most of the time, women are more wanting to go into the commitment phase that we have been taught. Not saying it's always that we have been taught. So therefore, we're going into it being misleading instead of just saying, I'm kind of dating for just to get to know you, and you being okay with that, right?
Yeah, it's just a dinner. It's just dinner. It's dinner. It's a conversation. It's cocktails.
So it's not.
We ask y'all.
No. If sex happens to pop up
with other people, and y'all answer is no.
My answer is yes. I've slept with somebody, because I'm this person. When I got divorced, I didn't go out and meet somebody new that I was trying to get with. I went backwards, and somebody I dated before I got married, and that was my person, because I know. Oh, okay, here's the question here.
That's not a question. She does a statement.
Read the statement. Read the statement, Joe Keitra. What does it say?
Loving LaShonda Jones says,
oh my God,
Mike, who is going to be there for you, Mike, when you get sick and old? So you are getting too old to be running around. Tomorrow is not promised to you. Think about your future.
Let me help Mike. No. Let me help Mike for 1 second. Mike, just in your defense, Mike. So to your point, just because, yes, he might be getting older, if he's in the selection process, right, it does not mean that, the next person that's like looks cute and can make macaroni and cheese, he's supposed to just jump with, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Like if he is getting old, are you cool with changing the diaper, right? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you cool with what your finances looking like? You know what I'm saying? So that does not qualify the next.
That young girl ain't gonna change it. That older woman, she may not change it, but she gonna know how to get it changed. That young girl gonna leave you in your piss and your shit.
No, that's not that. No.
But here it is. I don't think that we should put a time frame, especially for someone that is recently divorced. I do think that they need time to heal. They need time to even rediscover themselves again, and to me, to my point is, if you can't spend time alone, why do you feel like you just got to jump into another relationship with someone? So I do think you need to take the time to just kind of see what's out there, think about what happened in your marriage, what may have gone wrong, what you like, what you don't like, and date other people. So I don't think you should put a time frame on that.
I got you. And I want to clarify, because I feel like y'all
we done damn near
calling me the hoe. I feel like I'm being called a hoe lightweight, a lightweight hoe.
I was gonna say, you might want to go to the next topic. Next topic.
I got you, dog. I'm gonna move on. I feel like I'm being called a hoe, but that's okay. I had a curl and braces. I could take it.
He had like Mike in a wheelchair.
But
I feel like I'm for the streets. That's all right. I'm out here.
I think we should stay there, because why is it when we start talking about men and their sex, why y'all want to go to another subject all of a sudden?
Oh, okay, well,
who's talking about men and their sex? I didn't know.
I love this. This is what I'm finding out here dating. I'm loving it. And no, Dr. Kim, I'm not sleeping with two people at the same time. It's slept. And if 2-3 weeks later, I go to Atlanta and I meet somebody that, I kick it with.
That was Stacey that slept.
That was Stacey. Yeah, that's slept with. I try not to do that at all. But if just hypothetically, if me and Joe Keecher was dating and then Jill Scott say, hey, I'm in town one night, I'm doing it. You can believe that. I'm going to do it. And I tell Joe Keecher, hey, look, it was a once in a lifetime thing. It was Jill Scott, and I saw her at a concert, and I know what she do. So, bam. And that's where I am. That's why I went back and dated somebody before I got married, somebody I was dating back then, because I was familiar with them. I knew what she does. She does the things that I like. Instead of me meeting somebody new and finding out the new demons in a new car, I went back to the used car that had the dent in the side, but I know how it drives. It made me comfortable. I was comfortable.
Don't think. Okay, sorry.
Go ahead, Elam. I was wrong going back.
I just don't think there's anything wrong in this space where we have a 70% failure rate going on right now inside of our community. People need to figure out who they are first and their non-negotiables and how to love themselves and what their love languages are, and look at the baseline, what your spirituality is. Do you want children? These are areas that people actually walk into marriages assuming that the other person thinks. How do I know? Because they're my clients. How do I know? Because I get phone calls. How do I know? Because why is it a 70% rate of people line up 10 black couples? 7 statistically don't make it. It's not just because the man is sleeping around. It's not just because, what I'm saying, just whatever people that want to come up with, it's not always cheating. The majority of it is communication, and people are not having conversation and just even taking the moment to date around. I don't care if you're 50. I don't care if you're 25. You should take a moment and make sure that you know what you want before you make a commitment.
Right. Like right now, I'm sure right now I can find a 35-year-old nurse, Ashima, that can help me with these pills and this insulin or whatever I may need. I just want somebody that's committed. It's committed to me. No. I need somebody that's committed to me. And I know what, like Elam saying, you got to know what you want and you got to know what you need. I know I'm older. I know I have younger children. So I need to find me a lady that might be a little younger, be able to play with these kids, understand what's going on with daddy medicine. I know what I need. But I know right now I'm not relationship material. As I said on Solar Podcast.
And I think that's mature.
I think that's very.
That's a lot to be asking for a woman to not want to settle down.
Well, 50-year-olds, the 50-year-old ladies, I get it. You want the commitment. 35-year-olds right now.
That's not true. No, Mike, that's not true. These there's some 50-year-olds out here that don't want no commitment. You know what I'm saying? They just want their pipes cleaned out and that's it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to.
They got their own money. They doing their own thing.
And if I'm dating you and we ain't dating seriously, I don't have to do nothing with your kids. I don't even want to know your kids. I mean that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, your kids. No.
But I get and see, but you see right there, Mike, right?
That's honesty.
And that's what we need more of. So
Ashima, I wouldn't let you around my kids because I know you smoke.
Good.
Good.
Yeah. Right, 'cause I'm gonna smoke my weed. That's why your kids don't need to be around me. Now
Right.
let you know I'm smelling
Okay,
like-
hold on. So let me
Jesse,
just
you go
go
back to that.
I think that Rick's question is really good because we're assuming that, maybe sometimes it's the man. So he said, why is it that more women aren't up front from day one? Y'all wait until after the good deed to get all emotional and attached and then
Because
get
we
mad
don't
at
be
the
wanting
brothers
to
for
run
not
y'all
having the same.
off.
What?
Because soon as okay, so soon as we go on a date or whatever, yeah, we should be upfront about what we're looking for. But sometimes when we tell y'all, hey, I'm looking for commitment, boom, y'all out the door.
But
Sometimes
that was not his question. His question was y'all wait until after the good sex.
Because you can't get emotional about no man unless you had the good deed.
So his question is valid. Why are you waiting until that you were not upfront? That makes his question valid.
What do you mean we were not upfront? Things change once you have sex.
Oh, so if the deed wasn't good, the only change is that it was good.
Yeah,
if it was mediocre,
adios, amigos.
Now,
thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick, so much. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
They don't know. They're not saying it from day one either. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
I think that Rick's.
I need to bring. How can I bring Rick on? Let me see if I can invite Rick on here.
Listen, Rick has a very valid.
Hold on, Rick.
And I
Go ahead,
think that it depends on who you're dealing with, and for the woman, how much work she has done, for her to be able to be upfront day one. Because I know I don't have a problem with saying to someone that I'm dating with intentions. I don't want to have sex with someone until I feel as if that's the person that I want to be with, as if there's some chemistry and there's a possibility of building. So that's why I guess I'm where I am now. Because I don't have a problem with that.
You guys have basically, let's go back to, I'm going to put Rick's question back up. I'm sorry, because thank you, Rick.
But can we all agree that when you sleep with somebody, it does take the relationship to another level?
Absolutely. So his question is, why is it that you're not more upfront about that, of saying, hey, because I do have friends that make this statement. If you stick your thing in me, we go together.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
at least say that. At least say that.
And I follow with her, I cut you.
Wow.
Well, I guess, but here's the thing, because I do have a friend that is out here sleeping with multiple women, and then after he has sex with them, I guess he feels as if they just hadn't done it for him. He'll ghost them. So my issue is, okay, for someone that is of this age, for you expecting, if you know that the woman is also trying to get to know you because she wants to be in a relationship with you, then my thing is, why even engage in sex with her? Why do that?
Because they men and they penis.
I mean, can y'all answer that?
And you know what? I need people to stop walking around, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I'm going to say this biologically. Men, stop letting these people out here act like as if the reason why that you think about sex is a bad thing. Your sexual organs are like 4 times bigger than the female. Why do you walk around thinking like that? Because that's the way that God made you. Let's start there, right? Your sexual organs are bigger.
Okay, but didn't God also?
So the fact that he thinks about it does not make him a bad person. But ladies, you are the selector. So you have the responsibility of making sure that you're selecting the right person who is walking around, quite frankly, with a higher sex drive than you. So let's stop. So the fact, no, you can say, okay, this is biological. Okay. So you can't argue with what I'm saying. I'm speaking facts. You're speaking feeling. This is facts.
You go ahead and speak. So I can.
So at the end of this, so maybe your selection process needs to be better.
You mean?
Okay. Well, the old man said this. The old man said, 2 people lay down in that bed, one of them gonna roll out that bed with feelings. So if it's not you, it's them. If it's not them, it's you in denial. But
I guess, okay, Elam, based on what you said, for it to be biological, but I know God also gave us the ability to constrain ourselves. So I think for me, I would rather have a man that is desired, but that can also practice in his maturity some constraint. because just because his organs may be telling him, you want to screw this woman, you want to screw this woman, because we are familiar with the oxytocin, and the soul ties. At this age, I want to be with a man that can, exert some constraint. And even if he want to screw whomever, might be laying it out for him, he doesn't have to, because that's a sign of maturity. And God gave us that constraint as well, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to say that what I'm trying to say is why he's thinking of it, and it's more like it's demonized because this is something that might be in the forefront, and so like we're less than of because we might be thinking about it, or we're less than of because that might be something that, hey, you opened the door, I ran through, right?
Well, I
so
guess
you're like, well, why did you sleep with me if you know that you didn't have intentions of being with me? Like, okay, if you can at least lay down that phrase, hey, if we have sex, we go together. I might not have gone into detail yet. It might be date 2, date 3, date 5.
Okay, so
but go ahead.
I'm sorry. What is your response and reaction to that? Knowing that that's not what you want. What I know that's happened to you before, or you, Mike. What do you guys say, or how do you respond? Because that right there lets you know that this lady is looking for something more. She's not just looking for a sex partner. So then, when you do it anyway, because you do it anyway, like what's your response to that? Why still do it? Or I mean, like, what do you do when that happens?
I intentionally do back up, and the reason why that I say that, and I think Joe Keeter just actually made a point, because I do now know that biologically, once I give you an orgasm, your body is going to more attach to me, because in your mind,
do you still have the sex though? Do you still do it?
No, I don't do it, because if I bring you the orgasm, you're gonna be all into me, and I'm not.
So you're sitting there butt naked in the bed with it out, ready.
I'm not gonna go to the butt naked.
If you put it in, we go together. You telling me you like?
I'm not taking myself to that point. I'm not going there. That phrase, I'm looking for that phrase beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm gonna bring to the table. Right. So therefore, I don't know if I know that you can handle. Once you do, there is a threshold. Once you get them legs shaking and all that, like they cross a threshold. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that.
Yeah, in the process.
What? What'd you say?
Try to throw your little shots out there. Once I get the leg shaking.
Tell me what I said was wrong. Tell me what I said was wrong. Tell me what I said was wrong.
No,
I know my power. Mike, why is it, Mike, that women can know that they know they got that thing with them or whatever it case to be? Men know, we know what we got with us too. You know what I'm saying? And so just like Rick's question, we know you should have been up front, because I already knew that I was going to throw this thing and you was going to be all over the place. So you need to be honest up front too.
But here's the thing: we're grown. What's wrong with that being a part of our conversation?
Nothing.
What's wrong with that? I mean, and that's where I'm like, at this point, we can, because in sex, people, they don't hold back. So why is it before you get to the act, you can't have a mature conversation about what it is that you're expecting?
But to Rick's question,
I'm saying, so at least when that happens, then a male or female can say, hey, we already had this discussion. You already knew where I was at, but if a man is going into it telling a woman, oh, I'm looking for something special, I'm looking for a relationship, and then that woman is thinking, oh, he's serious, he's looking for something, then after they have sex, he no longer wants to talk to them. I'm like, shouldn't you have taken time to,
That's whack when they
it's like, shouldn't you have taken
maybe she should have been a better selector.
Say what?
Let me say this. I like it. She should have been a better selector, is what Elam is saying. But let me ask you this, because I, for one, have been in a relationship where I've done wrong and been done wrong and made horrible decisions, and I'm willing to admit that. But I've been wronged and wrong. But my question is this: you meet somebody, like I'm out here now and I'm dating and I meet people, right? And they go, well, I want to know what you like. I want to know what you this. I want to know what your interests are and all of that. And then they morph themselves. They morph themselves into that person that they know you like, and that's not really them. Elam, how do I break out of that mode of getting people that's just trying to like what I like, thinking they can? That's just an honest question for me, because I'm trying to speak for the everyday person that's out here. We might not have $1 million. We're doing good, and we deserve happiness too. And I would love to be in a committed relationship, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm a little jaded right now, so I'm chilling.
Whatever you like. Whatever you like.
Right. I mean that lady.
And we don't want the whatever you like, but then there are some men that might want that. But I'm going to speak from this. I think the step one, just really quickly, is knowing what you want and the direction that you're going to go in is first and foremost. The one person that does not show up inside of most relationships is yourself. Like you say, you come in not knowing yourself, so then you automatically morph to what the other person's expectations are, and then you're not going to like it because that's not who you really are. So step one is knowing who you are. Once you know who you are, it's almost like they say game recognizes game. If I got game, I can recognize that you got game. AKA, if I got direction, I can recognize if you have direction. And so now I can take my direction and and look at your direction and see if there is a congruency. That's step one. Where are you going? From a direction, from a purpose in life perspective. And so then we can start looking at your spirituality. We can start looking at, children. We can start looking at, locations and stuff like that. But people walk into relationships not knowing themselves, and then they get mad because they attach themselves to somebody else's dream.
Ooh,
and
Jesus.
And that's on you as a person, right? So if you don't know you, I have 25-year-olds, but I have more of my 40 and 50-year-olds that don't know themselves. And that's the reason why sometimes, Ashima, that you see me kind of push back on the age thing, because there's plenty of people that don't even know who they are from a purpose and direction perspective. Forget about love. You don't even know why you're here and what you're here to do. You're just living. But now you want to go snap off into this relationship. It's not going to work. So people have to know themselves first, and then that allows them to adapt inside of a relationship.
I love that. I love that you said that, man. Yes.
No,
yes, go ahead and see my part. I'm going to the next one. You want to chime in?
Oh no, I thought we was asking even personal questions. I was like, shit, I got one too.
Well, see, also you see Stacy's comment. I totally agree with that. Stop giving them too much of you too fast.
That's not good, Stacey. I tell you why. If they have gonorrhea and you wait 3 weeks, if you wait 3 weeks, Stacey, now the gonorrhea has gotten worse. Now you really getting burnt. Now you burning CDs and DVDs and everything. No, I'm playing. You're right. You shouldn't go too far. That's the comedian.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Stacey. Hey, Elam, I'll say this. Being yourself is where I'm going with this last one here in our last quarter of the show. It's been amazing tonight. Thank you, guys. And everybody that's chiming in, please like and share. And we appreciate your comments.
I still want to ask my question.
What's your question, baby? Go ahead.
Okay, real quick. This is like a little personal question. So I'm talking to this guy, right? And he's a seaman. I'm gonna make it real fast.
He's a what?
A seaman, like he's out on the sea. A seaman.
Yes, a shoreman. I got you. Go ahead.
Okay, shoreman. My bad. Can I not say seaman on here? You guys are horrible. Anyway,
we knew what you were talking about.
He's an engineer.
Yes, that's what he is. Yes.
Engineer, shoreman, whatever. We've known each other for some years. We only met one time. We always be talking on social media. But here now, recently, we've been talking on the phone for the last like 2 months, right? Interested in each other. He's coming off the boat in July, but only for a month. And then he goes right back on the boat until December, to like Christmas. So he's coming to Atlanta for like 2 weeks. We're going to go out. We're going to hang out. We're going to spend some time together. Do I give him some on this trip, or do I not and wait until he comes back?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. As much as you can, give him all of it. Give him all of it too. I mean, don't hold back. Give him all of it too. And I say that.
Well, I'm serious. I'm for real. I like him.
There go the professional. I'm not the professional. I'm just a dude in these streets, and I just say, on behalf of another man. Okay, all right. So we're gonna ask the professional.
I want to ask Joe Kintra too. Do I do it?
She gonna do it. Shit. She would do it. And then he going back out there on sea.
Yeah, there's. I think that once you meet him in person and you see if there's chemistry, you'll have your answer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
He worked out there. He worked on the ocean all that long time. He got money, so he finna spoil you and take care of you. He finna do. He finna have a great time.
I mean, because once you give it up, you can't get it back. So
yes, you can.
She still wants to know if there's some chemistry and if there's some potential for a relationship. You know,
Right.
There's a surgery called vagina rejuvenation. You can get it back.
It's $2,300, and yes, they just a
No, I don't
laser,
need
and
that.
it's
I don't
actually
need that.
Mike,
They run in
Okay.
my family. They run in my
Okay.
family. We rejuvenate.
she's talking about a future. If this is someone that she can
right.
spend
Put
time
it back
with, you know.
together.
So, Elam, do
Like
I
a
do
Rubik's
it?
Cube. It's like a
Huh?
Rubik's Cube.
I'm gonna give two answers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give my first answer is going to be along the lines of what we just talked about. I mean, if you end up orgasming with this person, your body's gonna attach yourself to him. So are you ready for that? That's the first and foremost responsible thing. I mean, are you really ready? It sounds like that you already kind of like him. You know, you probably got a nickname for him. What's his name? What's his nickname? Hold on, y'all.
Big Daddy Buck son.
That nickname sound like you done already gave him some.
But Elam, is it true?
What I'm saying
Elam, is it true she's mentally already had sex with him? Mentally, they already.
No, she has
But
already just
look,
laid down with this man already, which is, you know, sex is 90% mental, 10% physical. So I would caution you now. Here, I'm coming in as my friend saying, come on, friend, you mess around and you sleep with him. And just like Rick's comment, now you all in. Do you know whether he's ready to go all in? This is how you don't get ghosted and get your feelings hurt. This is how, you know what I'm saying, you don't have assumptions that come in because you had the conversation. Hey, before you stick your, you know, we go together, right? So I think that conversation is very important. So as my friend, I would just say, even though Mike, your friend too, and he told you to go full speed ahead on in,
I'm everything I got.
But I would just say that. Now the other part is, I mean, you know,
Hey, Mike.
I mean, you
Sorry, go ahead.
Shima gonna do what she wants to
just
do.
be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like that was.
I'm asking because, you know, I'm like, do I not do it and keep him on his toes? And he'd be like, okay, she, you know, she different. She.
So do you think that this is somebody? Do you like?
Trying to make them chase you even more? I think.
Why can't? But what's wrong with making him wait just for a moment? What's wrong with that?
Absolutely.
See, this is how when people don't figure out the crazy. This is how when people don't figure out whether, you know, what your credit really is or what your background really is. I didn't even know that he or she or whatever. See, this is that moment where you have a chance to do that research and you just like, I get it, physical, they look good, you look good, not judging you on it. But this is that moment where you can figure some stuff out. And we might not do it, and we jump all in. Like, I didn't even know that he was such and such. That joker been out there. You got to see what he like over here. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just friend. That's what I would say to you, friend.
Yeah, Shima, I know I've learned that you just have to be careful who you sleep with. We have to put more thought into it. So definitely think about it, because once
and Rick says it. That's what Rick just said. See, this is what Ashima, you are doing it. Ashima, are you doing it hoping / thinking that it will lead into something serious? So if so, be upfront and let Buddy know. And I agree with him.
And you're absolutely right, Rick. But you're gonna take this E out of my name and put that I in there where it belongs. I completely agree with you. Ashima, not Ashima, but Ashima.
Then Bobby said, "Look at Bobby. Look at Bobby."
He'll be naked when he hit the door. Bobby's such a hater.
But where he's coming from is based on your conversation and what y'all have talked about. You know, when he come, you could want to wine and dine him and put on a show. And if that's what you choose to do,
gonna be whining and dining anybody. Well, Ashima's not.
Wine and dine him.
Well, she could
cook
dinner for him and some wine be served along with the dinner, and she have on a nice negligee and put on a little.
That means it's going down. See what I'm saying? What do you mean have on a night?
Not the first date, not the first encounter.
Come on. Oh, wait, Jokey. So let's have a conversation, Jokey, because like, really? On date one, we negligeeing on date one?
I got a French coat on.
What does the street look like? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, she said that they've been talking for.
I ain't mad about negligeeing on date one, Ashima. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ashima. Listen to your brother. Listen to your brother, Ashima. I just went on a date about 2 months ago with a young lady. She said, I really don't have people over at my house, but I think we need to have a conversation so we know where each other is going and where we're headed. What she made me was called a charcuterie board. It's assorted
I
meat.
love charcuterie
We
board.
know what they are.
Okay.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay.
He's welcome.
Okay,
nigga.
so
We
now
just
hear me
know what
out.
you-
Hear me out.
Yes,
I know you're impressed.
charcuterie board.
Okay, so hear me out. It had meats, cheeses, and a pair with a wine. And so
We know
if anybody chose a meat, you ask a question about the family. If you pick the cheese, you got a chance to ask one question about the previous relationship, like what went wrong, what went right, things that you liked
I
about
like
it.
that.
But
Okay,
each
I like that too.
meat and cheese meant something. I was impressed with her. Each meat and cheese meant something, and then you get an opportunity to sip the wine after your meat and cheese, so you're not drunk. And we did it almost like a picnic. So I didn't go to her house. I don't want to tell you the location was at, but I didn't go to her house. But it was a neutral space, and it was called a conversation board instead of it was a charcuterie board, but she named it a conversation board, and it allowed me to get to know her. Right. So a date idea for you.
Sexy. I like that.
My
That's sexy.
sister. Yeah, it was, and she was fine too. I ain't gonna lie, she was fine. So anyway, it was
So where are
something
y'all
that
at now?
Yeah.
we didn't work out because she had things in her past. No, she had things in her past that was affecting our future.
There's too
But
much
I was
cheese.
able to-
That was the cheese. That was that cheese.
No,
that was that
no,
raw.
no.
Not enough cheese.
No, it was a dude that she thought it was over, but they continued to kind of communicate, and so that she never really was available. She was kind of breaking up with somebody, and then when he found out there was somebody else in the picture, he kind of stepped his game up and start like trying to get her back and win her over. So she was never really completely free. And with her being honest, I give her credit. She was honest. She said, "Hey, I still do have feelings for this dude, but I'm enjoying your company as well." And I was at the point where like, well, go ahead and finish. I want to be fair. Go ahead and finish that because you can't 100% be with me. You can't 100% be with him.
But if
Yeah,
you
you
would have
can't
gone if you had gone to her house and she would have wanted to have sex with you, would you have had sex with her?
You want me to be honest, or you want me to lie?
Well, I wouldn't ask for a lie.
I'm specific with me. I'm specific. I'm not the date around dude. Just because she was fine, I wouldn't have slept with. I'm in entertainment, so I meet fine women all the time. Y'all very attractive women. But the point is that's not what moved me. That's not what moved me though.
But
You know what I'm saying?
You know what, Mike? I'm so happy to hear you say that because I know a guy that says that women make men basically have sex with them because they're afraid that the woman will say that ask them, do you think I'm gay? Or you must be gay if you won't have sex with me. And I'm thinking, where's your control? You know what I mean? Where's your self-esteem? If you're saying that you had sex with a woman because she made you don't want her to think that you're gay, then what does that say about you as a man?
Yeah, that's what a lot of men go through that because a lot of dudes waiting for whatever reason. But I never had that problem. But I went through my for the streets days, so I'm confident and cool with what I am. But I'm looking for something specific. Oh,
Elam missed that part. Elam, have you ever?
I heard of it.
Oh, okay.
At the door. Sorry.
So speaking of which,
No, I got a. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on, go ahead, Ashima. Go ahead, Ashima.
He was talking about the girl and her ex, and her still saying that she communicates with her ex. Do you guys think that it is petty to block an ex? Like if you're broken up and you want to protect your peace, so maybe you might block them from social media, you might block them from calling you. Is that petty?
I think so. I think that if you and that ex broke up on
Your
good
phone.
terms, if you and that ex broke up on good terms, why block them?
If they're being toxic, block.
But if they're toxic and you've said to them, "Don't contact me anymore," if they're always coming at you, then I think that is an option. But if y'all are still friends, then I wouldn't feel like you should block them.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and the reason why is because maybe that you can't take their energy being in your space. Everybody got one person that when they call, you get a little soft with, right?
You get a little right. It brings out it makes you emotional.
Yes. So my thing is this, and so knowing that whether whether it makes you angry, whether it makes you sexual, whatever it is, yo, like if you know your energy, you gotta know this is self-awareness moment. You gotta know I am weak when this person calls, right? So there's nothing wrong with blocking them to protect your own energy. Block them. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong. That's your phone.
So do you think that? Do
Not
you
petty.
think that,
That's self-care. That's not petty. That's self-care.
so do you?
Yeah,
So,
you're not
so,
petty.
well, Ashima, thanks for bringing that up. I wanted to ask a question because I was having this conversation with someone. So, do you think that it's wrong for someone to talk to their ex every day, their ex-girlfriend every day, and communicate with them every day, and they say that they're just friends while they're in a relationship with someone or being with someone else?
I think that's
All y'all
unhealthy.
go together.
That's
All
a
y'all
setup
go
for
together.
failure.
That's what?
Yes,
What'd
but
you say,
they
Elam?
ain't got no kids. They weren't married. Yes, it is absolutely.
It's a setup for failure, whether you do or don't have kids, because an emotional attachment to somebody, again, you were having sex with this person, soul ties, having orgasms, whatever. You're connected to that person. Like it's not healthy. And people know we're just friends. Like I get it because there's probably a friendship that exists inside of that, but it's only a matter of time.
Exactly.
There's going to be a window at some point. The window's going to open for one or the other, and the other one going to try to climb through because remember, they've already climbed through before. So I don't think that it's healthy. You know, every now and then I get it. Hey, see you, hug you, you know, and I'll see you in 5 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? But talking every day, nah, bro. We
Yeah, they still in a relationship pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah, they still all y'all go together.
Yeah.
So you need to. You don't talk to nobody every day.
As we wrap, hold on. Can we? Oh, go ahead, Ashima. You about to say? I got one question I got to get in before we get out of here. But
okay,
go ahead.
Well, the thing is, this person wants to be friends, but I don't want to be friends because I'm mad. So I block them.
You in your feelings. Okay, at least you honest. You like, I'm in my feelings.
You know what? And Ashima, that's okay. I want you to be okay with that. If you know, listen, I know that there's a person that I'm weak for. You see what I'm saying? This is me having conversation with me. I don't have to be ashamed about it. You know what I'm saying? So I know myself. Now I'm not going to broadcast it to the world, but I know if this person I'm weak for, I'm going to set my boundary to be like, whether it's block or whatever case would be, and I'll holler at you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Block them.
So Pumpkin said, so yes, what do you have to talk about? Well, this person said that they're talking about their relationships, you know,
that's
she
healthy.
But I agree. I think that you're giving them too much energy. And like you said, I think that it's only a matter of time when they're going to cry on your shoulder or they're going to say,
it's an orbiter. They're called an orbiter.
Yeah, okay? That's what's going on. Trying to
orbiter. For example, let's just give it on a grand scale, right? Ben Affleck was an orbiter to Jennifer Lopez. Okay.
And A-Rod.
Every Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthday, our anniversary when we first kissed at the park where we first met, like that has happened for like the past decade or two. He's been orbiting, right? So that's why they link back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't act like that y'all ain't been talking for the past.
But you know what's so funny? That's what they said. Oh, I only talked to her during Mother's Day.
Yeah, no, you're called an orbiter. But here's the thing: everybody on this distro right here has an orbiter right now. Raise your hand if you don't have an. If you don't have an orbiter, raise your hand.
There you go. Somebody just lingering around. Somebody lingering around. Ashima, your situation. Ashima, your situation, we call a soul in the closet where I'm from. Somebody that still got your feelings and they control it. That means they got their soul in your closet, or you got your soul in their closet. Either way. Elam, your last question, your last statement.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So in the spirit of, I've been hearing about this from a dating perspective, right? So this is the thing. Okay, so I'm in Kroger, or I'm at a lounge, or I'm, at the gas station or what have you. And I see you, Joe Keetra, just, we in Kroger and you in the cream of mushroom aisle, you know what I'm saying? So I know, what you're doing. Right. And so, I see you and I'm just like, I walk up to you and I say, Hi, my name is Elam B. King. I saw you, sitting over there by the rice, and I just think that you are absolutely beautiful young woman, beautiful woman. And so I just wanted to come over and just meet you. Give me the next 2 to 3 things I can say to keep the conversation going. Now, keep in mind, I look like me, so I am the type of person that you would be attracted to. Okay. Okay. So not a bum. All right. So, this is not the mama's boys and all that. No, I am the high valued. I am the, type of person so I hit those boxes off the top. So just throw that out there. Now, okay.
You just all that and a bag of chips. I gotta show you.
I am me. Hold on. Okay, so now from here, what is the next thing I can say to you, Jokeisha, to keep the conversation going?
Well, since we're on the rice owl, you can ask me, what am I preparing, and then just try to find out if I'm in a relationship, if I'm available.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So the next question is, and I'm saying this because I want to give my stats for a second. I asked 5 women this question last night, and the stats are not that good. But Jokeisha, so you're saying the next question is, okay, rice aisle. Okay, well, what are you preparing? So
yeah, I would just try to engage in friendly conversation.
No. Don't say friendly conversation. Don't say game. I need specifics. How can I keep the conversation going with you?
I'll pay for your groceries. What all do you want? Okay. Damn. What you want me? You just want them? Damn. I mean, we'll talk all day at the grocery store. We'll go aisle for aisle for aisle.
So we got to
and then I'll make whatever you want. How about that?
In the first 30 no. So in the first 30 seconds, I meet you at Shima and I say, hey, can I pay for your groceries?
Oh, that's so romantic. I love it. Don't that sound so nice? Do you know eggs is $7 right now?
Yes. Bobby said, buy my groceries, and then he said, told you, Bobby called you. He called you out. Bobby knew it. That is sad. That is sad.
I think
I ain't gonna lie. Straight to the meat aisle, Jokeisha. Take him straight to the meat aisle.
Well, no, I think that if he were to ask me about, I think if he were to ask me, what am I preparing, and then for him to talk about what he's preparing, I think that would be a way to engage me in a conversation.
So the next statement is, what are you preparing? And what was the next one?
And then for him to talk about what he's preparing. He didn't just come to the store looking for a female. He came in for a reason.
Yeah, he came for some cereal. He ain't no more cereal, right?
This ain't something that, because a lot of men do go to grocery stores just to pick women up.
And Jokeisha, give me one more comment, and then Mike, if it's okay, I just want to ask Ashima real quick before we roll out, if that's okay. But Jokeisha, just one more comment that he can say to you.
I think that if he were to ask me, am I seeing someone? Am I single? Am I seeing someone? And if I wouldn't mind for us to exchange numbers, or do you come here often? To be as gentlemanlike as possible.
And so before I go to Ashima, I want to say that I asked my 28-year-old daughter this question as well, right? And so along the lines of, do you come here often? I said, okay, my first question, hey, do you live around here, right? Do you live in the area, whatever? Just, to see whether, just conversation. She said she was offended by that because she's like, Dad, like, I don't want nobody asking me and knowing in the area where I live, whatever it case to be, But then simultaneously, later on that night, the 4th woman that I asked, she was 49, and she said, ask me whether or not do I live in the area. You see what I'm saying? So. As men,
myself, right when you asked that, I would have responded like, "Okay, you might be nice, but I don't know you like that to let you know where I live."
A little creepy,
right?
But I guess since I work in a grocery store, for the most part, the people that come there are people that typically live in that area.
Yeah,
so that you kind of already, you already know. But I'm just gonna stay with, just be a gentleman. Don't come too hard, like
I don't know what that is, and that's why we want specifics, because I don't know what too hard is. Because for my daughter, too hard was Do you
Where you
live
live?
around here? To the 49-year-old, she was like, ask me, do I live in the area? So
well, I'm
he
just
should
saying, don't automatically assume up front that just because a compliment was given that mean the next thing is here go my number. You gonna call me? Because there are times when someone could just be giving you a compliment just to give you a compliment, and they don't mean anything by it. They're not really trying to hit on you.
Yeah, we talking about I'm hitting on you.
And so we talk about hitting. And
Yeah.
I know I be cracking jokes and got my cash up and everything. But women know, everybody knows when a man makes a financial gesture, it's just a nice thing. Even it's something
that is so bad.
I had a guy in front of me one day buy my coffee at Starbucks. It got my attention. If you in a grocery store and you do something like that and pay for my groceries, it would get my attention. It's just groceries.
If you was wearing that shirt,
almost like you bought me dinner that night. And every woman,
if a man, but that isn't that starting you. Go ahead.
Hold on. Every woman just loves to feel a sense of security. Every woman wants to know that a man can take care of them. I don't make the rules, baby. It is what it is. And that would just be a nice thing to do. That's just what I'm just saying. It would just kind of be like, oh, that was nice.
I'm with Bobby. I'm with Bobby. Okay. See what Bobby said? I'm with Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
Bobby said she needs help. That's funny.
I'm gonna go with that. See what I'm saying? See, now,
maybe I'm just old school.
Well, what is the C?
I just met you
to the women in my family, so maybe I'm just raised a little differently, old school. My granddaddy did everything.
Well, what does he mean by C? Look, what does he mean by C?
Because here's the thing. Hey, Anthony, please come back and let us know what you mean by C. But I'm sorry, what did you say, Ashima?
C? Yeah, I want some money. Cause C, you want some Gucci? C? They be killing me with that, Joe Keitra.
Shima, let me ask you this. You say your granddaddy provided.
To do, Joe Keitra. Don't you think so, Joe?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm not saying that I need you to buy my groceries because I'm in there. Evidently, I could get my own stuff. I'm just saying it's just a nice gesture, a nice thing for a man to do, and it damn sure gets my attention. You get anyone.
Have y'all seen grocery prices lately? You can get 3 things and it's like $45. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I think that if a man paid for your groceries, he's going to be expecting for you to cook dinner for him. What
if he just did it on some smooth shit like that? You go, baby, I got that. Here's my number. Let's talk sometime. Let's go to dinner.
Okay.
Just because you pay for my groceries don't mean you get to come to my house and I feed you. I don't even know you like that. But it just makes us feel better. I know it makes me feel better.
Okay. So to Bobby's point, he said, look, so it would seem
it ain't free, Bobby. So you call it what you want.
She got a glass of wine.
Men who do stuff, men who say like wine and dine and spending money on women, and women giving you sex is like they're selling sex. No, that's not what it is. It ain't nothing free. Okay, nothing.
I'm gonna go with that. I can go with that part. But
you gotta spend some money if you want to spend some time with a woman. Shame on her if she letting you spend time with her and you ain't doing nothing. Shame on her, ain't been taught nothing.
Well, what does doing something mean? Does that mean that that's monetary from a spending perspective, or does it mean that I could be coming over?
Wine, you can have the good weed. You got something.
Okay. I don't know about paying for groceries off the rip, y'all. Now, if you were in a less state and I wanted to have that level of benevolence and do that and tithe it, that's one thing. But I just meet you and you got a basket and I'm gonna pay for your groceries.
What do you just say? Here's $100 on it. There you go, baby. Call me with your number. Your number look good with $100 attached to it, don't you, Joe Keitra? I'm just saying, come on with me now. Don't leave me out here, Joe.
I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you. You look, anything looks good.
And see what Anthony just said is where I would go with it. Every action has a reaction. Like buying you a drink is one thing. Off the rip, you got $250 worth of groceries, and I'm just supposed to drop bread on that, like just because I want to take you out for a drink.
Oh, you guys are
Of
so
coffee?
Hey, if I buy your
Sorry,
groceries, I'm eating them all
You
too.
know
If I
you
buy
gonna
all your
spend
groceries, I'm eating
$250
them.
in the strip club.
So Ashima, just real quick. I'm sorry, real quick. The first two questions after, hey, how you doing? I'm Elam King, and I just want to get, saw you from across the room. Blah 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 blah. Right. The next two things I can say to you is what?
You could say something like, "What are you preparing?" Like what Joe Keetra said. And look, ask if I'm cooking for another nigga. I ain't saying give me no $250 for me to go feed Tight Mike. Ask. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
you
if
gonna feed Tight Mike?
you know what? I'm just cooking for me and my son tonight, or it's just me. Find out what's going on. And if I seem like I'm somebody that you're interested in, we could talk. We could go up another aisle or two and talk. Then I'm saying when it maybe comes to exchanging the numbers or asking out on the date, then you could do a nice.
And that was my thing. I was just really trying to get to, like, what are the things I say before I like go for the number? Like, is it like, hey, what are you cooking tonight? Can I get your number and come see you? Come or meet you somewhere? Not come see you, but not come see you. Not come see you.
Yeah.
Huh?
You cooking for your man, you cooking for your for your family. Like, find out what's going on.
I mean, just say, would it be okay if we exchange numbers? Just ask.
Is that the second or third question or the first one?
No, it's definitely not the first question.
Okay. So
okay, let me ask you this. Let me take that Elam to the next page while we close here. Ladies, would y'all approach a man in the grocery store in the rice aisle next to the cream of mushroom soup?
I have no problem with approaching men. If I see a man that I like, I'm a comedian. I have a personality. I will say something to a man. Like, yeah, I'll be like, okay, well, if you need some cornbread to go with that rice, let me know.
Okay. All right.
See what I'm saying?
You got a line.
If you need somebody to buy that fish, let us.
So women hang out by the cornmeal, and as soon as you see him grab it.
But if we say that to you, we got the corny.
There you go. Come on, Mike. Now, if a man said that, hey, you need some flour to go with that milk, or so, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we corny.
I saw a TikTok.
I'm nasty.
Where,
you know what I'm saying?
Where women go to Home Depot and Lowe's, and that's how they've been meeting men lately. So that's the new start. It may be the old trend, but that's something to do. And go to Home Depot or Lowe's. Every time I've gone to Home Depot or Lowe's, it's easy to meet men there.
No, Keisha, let's put us some lipstick and some heels on, gun, and go to Home Depot.
I have never heard of that before.
Since I work in the grocery store, I do have an opportunity to meet a lot of men. I will get them to give me their numbers, and I'll just
get Publix.
Yes.
I love Publix. I'm a Publix shopper.
Hey, but do you give them your number or your social media?
Oh, now I will give someone a social media, but I don't give them a number.
Because that's the new number. Social media is the new number.
I don't like to be. Well, I think if you give someone your social media, they don't have your number. I mean, when you give them your number, you kind of forced to have to communicate with them.
And this, I know we're trying to disconnect right now, but this is where I would say that old school.
Unless I'm
old school got more game because we had to ask for the number. Like social media is so passive. Oh, well, are you on Instagram? Well, let me follow you. No, I had to say, Ashima, I'm feeling you across the room, blah, 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 and ask you for your personal, that thing curling. I
got a show, and we going overboard. I got a show.
Right, I'm finna close out now.
But that's something. I think that's something that we can talk about later because I do know I got in trouble for giving someone
your hair looks amazing.
My social media information, and I was thinking I didn't give him my number, so giving them a social media is an easy way out to not have to communicate with people versus giving someone your actual telephone number. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather accept someone's number. So
we had to have real game. We had to have real game, like ask you for your phone number, personal information. Social media is so it don't even count.
It's the new generation. That's new generation. Kim, I hope you learned just some lines here tonight. Kim said she's
gonna be ready
to go out and meet people. Ashima, your hair does look amazing, but the t-shirt.
Yeah, you do. It really does.
Twice as nice. T-shirt is awesome soft.
I hope you have a good show tonight.
Thank you.
Have a great show. Hey, I love and appreciate y'all, man. As always, Joe Keetra Horn, Elam B. King, Ashima Franklin. Where you at tonight, Nashima? Where you at tonight?
I'm going to be at the Hour Bar on Edgewood in Atlanta, Georgia. Unfortunately, it's going to be a good comedy show, but we lost. And let me go on and make a shout out. We lost a local Atlanta rapper here. I don't know if y'all saw that. Trouble. He was killed yesterday. He's done music with Lil Wayne, Lucci, YSL. Like he's like a big deal here. And unfortunately, he was murdered. But the bar that I'm doing tonight, he always supported comedy. He would be there like every Monday night. So everybody just coming out to show love. Long live Trouble. We love you. And yeah, just stay out the way and just be careful and be safe. That's all I can say. You know, it's just because he was such a good guy that did stay out the way. He was going, the story that's told us that he was going to see a female and she set him up to get robbed by her baby daddy. So when he was in the house, and I guess she was in the midst of seducing him, the baby daddy came in, broke in, did whatever, and next thing you know, all hell broke loose. They say he shot her. The Trouble shot the girl. Was like, oh, bitch, you set me up. And then him and the baby daddy started wrestling over the gun, and he ended up unfortunately getting shot in the chest and died.
Oh wow! Well, long live Trouble.
Ooh,
sorry,
you gotta be careful who you mess with nowadays.
Yeah, sorry.
That's why you can't. You gotta be careful with what grocery store you're in.
Exactly.
The way don't meet nobody. You need to shop in Publix. If they in Aldi,
we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. Elam, last thought. Closing thoughts.
I don't. You know, these folks just need to figure out how they really want somebody to approach them, because I didn't even get into the stats that I had. Maybe we can
open with that. We're gonna open with that next Monday. Each and every Monday we are right here. Joe Keetra, your thoughts, your closing thoughts.
I think this was a good show. I think we covered a lot on the Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. I hope we have some understanding on that. But I also feel that we need to have more dialogue. We have to start communicating with each other more and being open and honest in our communications.
Mm-hmm.
I do too. Thank you all. That's been amazing. If you learned anything tonight, if you see someone that you like in the grocery store and they're in the meat department, just go grab some bread and walk up to them and say, let's make a sandwich together.
Or you can just pay for groceries. Just pay for groceries. You know
you could just cash app them. Like Ashim would say, just come with that cash or cash app, Zelle, or get you right to the point.
Y'all gonna appreciate my knowledge one day. It's gonna help y'all. Y'all gonna appreciate. Y'all gonna like, you know.
She learned from her grandfather.
Tampon,
her grandfather. He was a provider. Your grandfather was a provider. I got one question for you, Shima, before I leave. How many kids did your grandmama have? How many she had?
She had 5, by 5 different men.
Oh, and you know what, ladies and gentlemen, next Monday.
That's another subject to talk about. My grandma.
Yes, add that to the other topic, because
you just said amazing. You just said something amazing.
You don't everything
I know.
You normally hear